What's up, family? Man, I want to have a heart to heart with you guys. Man, sit back, buckle up. Man, we have to grow up. We have to grow up. That's you guys can hear me say that. From now until I die and go. You know what I mean? We have to grow up. We have to grow up. And the trip is, the more we go through, the more we realize we got to grow the fuck up. You know what I mean? The more we go through, the more we grow through, the more we realize, damn, I'm not as deep, I'm not as woke, I'm not as, you know, all that as I thought I was initially. Man, I gotta grow up. I gotta grow up. And it's a trip because the other day, man, it's been a heck of a week. You know what I mean? It's only today's Wednesday. It's been one heck of a week already, you know. Um, See what happened. Sunday, you know. So got in an accident, you know what I mean? The vehicle I was in flipped on the side, and me and the person got out and walked out of the vehicle. Man, just little bruises, nothing big happened to us, you know what I mean? No major injuries. My neck was a little stiff. Man, took some Tylenol and I was good. You know what I mean? We were good, you know. Um, the next day, man, Monday, I got a big freaking gash in my the base of my thumb, probably good 2.5, 3 inches long. You know, man, it's been a heck of a week. Um, but many people will say, man, this is the worst day ever, and man, look at what I'm going through, and blah 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 blah, and they're so negative. You know what I mean? They completely miss the beauty in life. They completely miss all the things that's worked out for them. They completely miss the fact that, man, it could have been so much worse. Whatever it is you've gone through, I promise you, it could have been a whole lot worse. But it wasn't. It wasn't. Yes, it may have been embarrassing. Yes, it may have been humiliating. Yes, it may have hurt you. It may have broke you down. But I promise you, it could have been 100 times worse than what it was. We don't think about that stuff when we're going through our situations. You know what I mean? When we're going through our trials, our tribulations, our obstacles, whatever it is that we got to go through, we don't think about the fact that, man, let me have a woosah moment. Let me have a come to Jesus moment. Let me have a reconnection moment with God, the Most High, universe, source. You know what I mean? Let me just get outside of my mind. Let me just release it with my breath and say thank you. Thank you. Man, this hurt so bad. You know what I mean? It hurt so bad. On a scale of 1 to 10, it was 11 and a half. You know what I mean? Man, I had to go to the hospital. I don't even do hospitals, but I had to go to the hospital. Man, they gave me a tetanus shot. I didn't even feel the tetanus shot when it went in. Didn't even feel the needle going in at all because my hand was in so much pain. My hand was throbbing, so I didn't even feel them jab me with the fucking needle. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? But it could have been so much worse. It could have been so much worse. And I'm making this video because I just want to remind you that it could have been worse. It could have been worse. And that was a hard lesson for me to learn. It was a hard lesson for me to hear from God. It was a hard lesson for me to wrap my hand around because I was so angry. And the truth is, most of us, because we've gone through so much, there's a process of growth and development. There's a process to growth and development. It's like the stages of process of grieving. There's stages to grieving. There's stages to growth and development. And you have to go through the process. You can't skip steps. And see, that's what so many of us want to do. And for me, it was so hard because, man, I've gone through so much. And I was so mad and so angry. I couldn't see how it could have been any better. I couldn't see how it could have been any worse. And so I'm angry and having a heart-to-heart with God about how the fuck can my life be any worse? You know what I mean? Did you not just see my daddy? Do you not know and understand the fucking bullshit my daddy put me through as a fucking little baby, as a fucking little kid? Do you not understand the trauma and the hell that was inflicted on my life? Do you not understand the hell and the pain and the suffering of seeing your mama murdered right in front of you? Stabbed 49. Can you imagine the blood that was everywhere? She's screaming and I'm screaming and nobody hears us. I'm talking about being traumatized, losing your voice, feeling like nobody listens to you, feeling powerless. You're not big enough to stop bad people. You're not strong enough to stop bad people. Nobody cares about you. Nobody listens to you. See, all these things that I've been carrying with me goes back to that. I'm screaming at the top of my voice and nobody's listening. I'm in this little playpen and blood is over me, blood's everywhere. And I'm screaming. And nobody's listening. But you know what? My daddy's also yelling. And so it's easy for us to take on this notion that big people or bad people are more powerful than us. That bad things, when they happen to us, they're more powerful than, and we can't overcome that. I couldn't stop my daddy when I was 2. He was so much bigger than I was, so much more powerful than I was, so much more louder than I was. I couldn't help my mama when I was 2. No matter how much I wanted to, I couldn't help her. I couldn't save her. And so that jump-started this thing of, man, being Captain Save-A-Hole. That jump-started this thing of, man, you got to save people. You got to protect people at all costs. So you got to get up and you got to get some size to you. You got to be physically intimidating. You got to learn Kung Fu so you can kick people in their fucking throat. You got to learn some shit so you can hit them in a certain spot and shut down their fucking internal organs. You got to learn how to hit somebody in their back in a certain spot to paralyze their ass from their waist down. Hit somebody in their fucking neck and learn how to paralyze them from the neck down. Oh, Elijah, you got to learn how to hit this person right here and stop their fucking heart. Why? Because you've been damaged as a kid. And so now you feel as though it's your job, it's your responsibility to save everybody. We're going in today. We're going in. I'm just laying the groundwork. And so what we do is, because we've been hurt and we've been traumatized, and the great majority of us forget about that situation. Our mind has this way of blocking it out of our memory. It's called the self-defense mechanism. I'm not emotionally capable of handling this shit right now, so I'm not going to remember it. I'm going to suppress it deep down into subconscious thoughts. Whatever it is that we've gone through that so fucked us up. And this is why shadow work never ends. This is why we're always growing. Why? Because we've suppressed so much shit. You have no idea how much shit you suppressed. That's God's little tiny gift to you. That's God's little tiny gift to humanity. Because we'd lose our fucking minds if we always remembered all of the shit we went through, everything that's ever fucked us up. We would lose our fucking minds. So God in his greatness, God in his infinite wisdom said they can't handle this shit yet. They're not emotionally, intellectually stable to handle this shit yet. So we're going to allow them to suppress it deep in their subconscious thoughts. And one day, somebody's going to say some shit in divine timing. When I see that they're emotionally grown up some, when I see they've learned some shit in life, I'm going to allow somebody to come and trigger them. Somebody's going to come and do something, and it's going to jar that fucking memory. They're still not going to remember it, but it's going to start waking it up. And that memory that has been suppressed in your thoughts is going to start working its way up from your subconscious thoughts, the deep abyss. Now it's coming, it's working its way up and up to your conscious thoughts. But sometimes it takes time for it to go from your subconscious thoughts to your conscious thoughts. And so we go through life and we keep getting triggered. And we don't understand why we're being triggered. We don't understand why this person is pissing me off. And I'm going through this and that. And I'm catching hell here and catching hell there. And whoop. And all my life is just so fucked up. We don't understand that God's working our subconscious thoughts. We don't understand that God's bringing some shit up. God's stirring some shit up. God's done muddied the fucking waters. He don't stir the water of your subconscious thoughts, and the shit's got murky and muddy. And some shit is starting to move around that's been settled at the bottom of your thoughts. Now the shit is taking on life. Now it's starting to float. Because God's stirred up some shit inside of you. And now that shit is working its way to your conscious thoughts. See, many of you don't understand the depths of the shit. You know what I mean? You don't understand the depths of your pain, the depths of your trauma. You think you know. I promise you the great majority you don't know. You have no clue. It's impossible for you to know until God reveals it to you. And so God stirs up the pot. All this shit starts surfacing. I had totally forgot about the fact my daddy murdered my mom. I had totally forgot about the fact it wasn't there in my conscious thoughts. It wasn't there in my conscious thoughts that I was even there. I didn't like Mother's Day as a kid. I hated Mother's Day. I didn't have a mom. That was my thoughts. I don't have a mom. Why do I got to make Mother's Day stuff in school? I didn't like my aunt. So I didn't want to make her nothing. She wasn't my mom. But I never remembered as a kid what happened to my mama. It never occurred to me. I blamed my mama for not being there. I blamed my mama for abandoning me. So I had abandonment issues. Had a whole lot of fucking issues. Because I didn't remember what transpired. And then as I started putting in some work, as I started getting connected to God and more connected to God and diving deeper into the subconscious thoughts, God started work with me. Okay, yeah, you're ready for this. Okay, you're ready for this. Okay, you're ready for this. Okay, you're ready for this. Just like when I was having sex with all these women. I didn't understand that I'm fucking every woman I could. Not because I wanted to have sex. The truth be told, I was fucking everything I could because I'd been molested as a 6-year-old boy by guys in a raggedy ass fucking church. And so in my thoughts, I'm trying to prove that I'm not gay. I'm not knocking being gay. You do what you do. That's just not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? That's not my interest. But I'm trying to prove that I'm not gay. And the only way that I could prove that is to have sex with all these women. I didn't even know that I was trying to prove I wasn't gay. I was just trying to hit everything I could hit. I didn't give a damn whether she was skinny, ugly, fat, man. None of that shit meant anything to me. I didn't have no fucking standards other than the fact she had to be old enough and she had to consent. She had to consent and had to be of age. Other than that, I didn't give a damn. Why? Because it wasn't about the intimacy. It wasn't about our connection. It wasn't about me and her bond. I didn't give a fuck about her. I had fucking demons I was trying to silence. I had fucking demons I was trying to shut the fuck up. And those demons were telling me to have sex with this woman. Those demons were telling me to have sex with this person and this person and this person. Why? I didn't know. I thought it was just the thing to do as a guy to have sex with every fucking woman. The more women you have sex with, the more of a man you is. So I'm having sex in the 7th grade. I'm smoking weed and getting high and drunk in the 7th grade. I'm wilding out because I didn't know any better. And so, as after I put in some time working with God and diving deep, it's like, oh, I was having sex with all those people, all those women, because I was trying to prove my manhood. Why did I have to prove my manhood? I had to prove my manhood because I'd been molested by some guys. Everything you go through, everything you're struggling with, there's a cause for it. It's not just a fucking coincidence. There are no coincidences in life. There's a root cause for everything you're dealing with emotionally. You had better learn that. You had better get connected to God and start diving deep into your subconscious thoughts and try to understand, man, why am I so fucking angry? Why do I hate motherfuckers? Why am I so fucking racist? Why am I homophobic? Why am I da-da-da-da? Why am I insecure? Why do I feel ugly? Why do I feel like I'm not good enough? You're going to have to dive deep. And then when you get there and you realize everything that you've gone through was a lesson to help you grow the fuck up emotionally, to help you learn how to deal with the trauma and the pain that's been inflicted on you. After you get there and you're able to sit back and no matter what I go through. Man, thank you, God. Thank you. Why? Because I've learned to understand, man, it's a lesson in this. There's a beautiful lesson in this that's going to help me. This is giving me tools so that I can reach my full potential. This is helping me out. So I have to change my perspective. Oh, the whole world's against me and nobody cares about me and nobody likes me and nobody fucks with me. I gotta change my perspective and dismiss that bullshit, because that's toxic ass fucking drama. It's toxic ass bullshit that's been inflicted on your ass. And you have to understand why you feel that way and heal the issues and deal with the issues that's led to the fucking beliefs you have about yourself. You have to heal yourself. And it's a hard process. It's a journey. It's a journey. You have to dive deep. You got to go within the subconscious thoughts to understand the why. And then when you get there, you're able to see, oh, man, it could have been so much worse. It could have been so much worse. Not only could it have been so much worse, man, there's so many people that's gone through this that didn't survive. There's so many people that's gone through this and they lost their mind. And it's gone. There's so many people gone through what I've gone through. Some of the things I've gone through. And their mind is spun out on dope. And they'll never be the same. So I sit here in this moment of reflection, in this moment of gratitude, thanking you, God, thanking you, Source. Because that could have been me. That could have been me. I could have succeeded in my attempts at suicide. I could be gone. And so I sit here in humility. I sit here in gratitude. I sit here in my power, thankful, because I understand the lesson. It was a hard lesson to learn. But the hardest lessons to learn are the ones that have the greatest impact on our lives. And not just our lives, but the lives of those that are around us. The hell you endured, the hell that's been inflicted upon you, it wasn't just for you. It was so that you can put on your superhuman cape and be this beacon of hope, this beacon of love, this light in a darkened world. So that you can show others, man, you can make it through that. Because I made it through my bullshit. I made it through my pain and my trauma. You can make it through yours. I'm here with you. I'll hold your hand because I love you. Happy healing. Peace.